the grand final now. Here we are. Talked a lot about Syracuse in that middle lane already, but they are joined by a few other crews in this race. In lane 1, it's Harvard. Lane 2, Princeton. Lane 3, Syracuse. Lane 4, Yale. Lane 5, Pennsylvania. And in lane 6, Dartmouth. So again, we have almost a repeat of our grand final from this event last year at Men's Eastern Sprints. We're looking at just Penn, the outlier, finished 8th in this event last year. So here they are back in the grand final and on the hunt for a medal.
Yeah, this Penn squad, all crews in the top 3 crews into the grand finals. So it's been a good day so far for Penn. What can they do in this exciting race we have ahead? I think Harvard came in ranked first in this race, so it'll be interesting to see how they come up against them. They've got Princeton next to them, Syracuse, who had a fast morning, sitting right in the middle in lane 3, and Yale next to them again from this morning as well in lane 4, Pennsylvania 5, Dartmouth in lane 6, and they're just about to get underway, and they're taking the first few strokes, getting away cleanly, getting away strong, laying those first few, getting that train up and moving as these big, strong gentlemen across these 8s is going to be exciting to see who can get that early lead and who can capitalize on it and keep that momentum going into the middle of the race.
Absolutely, and look at the start from Yale, an absolute screamer in that Yale boat, just ripping out of the blocks, seeing if they can't pace the higher seeded crews off to their left, the crews from Harvard, Princeton, and Syracuse. But Yale really on a tear here in lane 4.
Yeah, exactly. Like we said, I mean, ranking doesn't mean much until you get on that grand final. Everyone starts in the same place, and it's what you make of it. Who can put their bow ball out fastest and who can go for it the hardest. But coming through this first pit, it seems like Princeton actually got away pretty cleanly. They are rowing very well, but there's nothing in it between Princeton, Yale, and Harvard.
Yeah, almost nothing to call between all 6 boats in this grand final. Maybe the only thing that we can say with any real decision is that Penn is sitting a few seats down on the rest of the field, but it's a matter of seats between the remaining 5 crews. Coming up to the first 500 now. Who's first across the line? It looks like it is Harvard by just inches over Princeton across that first 500-meter mark. Yeah.
Super close, super exciting, and this is for the title. Who's going to be crowned the Eastern Sprints Junior Varsity champion? Everyone wants it. Everyone wants that accolade. Everyone wants to get those shirts from their opposite crews. You don't want to give away your shirt. You want to come away victorious with a pile of shirts in your seat at the end of the day. And who is that going to be? I think too close to call between Yale. Too close to call between Princeton and Harvard actually on that far side. They look like they're striding into a pretty good rhythm there, and I think Harvard have just taken half a seat over Princeton.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Harvard has done the best to really start to stride out into their base rhythm as we're entering this middle 1K of the race. It's given them maybe just another seat or 2 advantage over Princeton, and Princeton sitting now half a length up on their next closest challengers, this fast-running crew from Syracuse in lane 3. But let's not rule out this crew down at the bottom of your picture, that sneaky mover in lane 6. It's the crew from Dartmouth challenging now for that 3rd place position against Syracuse. And in the middle of those 2, it's our crews from Penn and Yale just really starting to lose a little bit of traction on the front of the field here. We're going to have to see if that fast-starting crew from Yale and the crew next to them from Penn have something to say here in the second 500 to get back into the action.
Yeah, Harvard leading the way, a few seats up on Princeton, and Princeton looking pretty relaxed here, though. They're looking calm, they're looking collected, and they're just having that nice hang off it in the middle of the boat. You can see really working together, pushing the legs down, and we will see how they can continue going into this strong chunk of a rhythm, looking how they can continue to challenge Harvard. But no one getting away at all. It's close.
Well, from that last shot that we had from the side, it did look like Dartmouth had just launched a huge move as we came across that last buoy line and started to move more solidly into that bronze medal position over the crew from Syracuse. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get that shot back so that we have a better sense of the margins coming through this critical middle section of the race. But when we left it, it was, again, yes, Harvard out in front, leading Princeton. Does Princeton have an answer in that silver medal position? There we go.
Yeah, I think you're right. Dartmouth are really getting it on. They're turning it on this far side, and they're saying, look, I want part of this action. This is my day, and it's happening. I mean, I think it's going to be close. I think Harvard are trying to push away. They're trying to snap that cord with Princeton, but Princeton are not letting it happen.
Yeah, Princeton's hanging tough in there with lots of overlap between themselves and Harvard, but the contact between Princeton and the rest of the field is just starting to slip away. Does Dartmouth just have a sliver of overlap at this stage as Dartmouth continues to move strongly against Syracuse down at the bottom of your picture? Dartmouth just on the move there. A couple seats advantage now for the Big Green over the Orangemen in the center of your screen. Hanging tough in lanes 4 and 5, the crews from Yale and Penn as well. Also just not going away, holding on to that half a boat length margin in those 2 lanes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close, and I think Princeton are trying to challenge that Harvard crew, but at the moment Harvard are staying strong. But the battle for the 3rd place is not clear at all. I think Dartmouth on that far side looking really strong, but Syracuse are staying in there in that battle, all overlapping. Syracuse, Yale, Pennsylvania, and Dartmouth. It's all happening in that middle of the park. But as we speak, Harvard continue to slip away. They continue to crack on, and I think they really want it. They're going to show how they're that leading crew, how they've been a leading crew all year, and they get a hold this rank coming into first, coming into this final stage of the Eastern Sprints. They've broken a little bit of clear water over Princeton. Princeton have broken a little bit of clear water over Dartmouth, but it's very close between Dartmouth and Syracuse. And I think I could not call it coming into this final stage. There's 2 crews in between them, Yale and Pennsylvania. They're not letting up either, but it's going to be between Syracuse and Dartmouth for that 3rd place. I think Syracuse have made a bit of a push. They're getting excited on that far side, and hopefully they're going to keep going.
Yep, and that's the